Welcome back to the last 16 of the Open competition. Ross Fernie against Clint Jansen. Promises to be a good game. Ross just eyeing up the yellows to see if that yellow goes past the black. Looking on our corner camera, I don't think it can go past. So it will go into the left centre, as you can see there. So that's going to be his choice. The only other problem ball looks to be the yellow nearest his arm at the minute, which is into the right centre. Couldn't have asked to get on it any better though. Roll just on and off the cushion, because he's got so close he can play it with a bit of pace. It's a great shot. Now then, the yellow nearest, yeah, and that's what he's just looking at now, the yellow nearest the right centre pocket. He needs to get on that pretty early, because he's going to have to rely on a fortunate or a nice bounce to get out and back for one of the other yellows. So he's going to go up the table now. Oh, well, I thought he would have done. Gotta say, I'm a little stumped now. Yeah, it's not what you'd call ideal. Oh, I know, I didn't expect to be given this pleasure just yet. I believe the microphone of Mr. Chairman Emperor Kevin Barton has been turned on. Hey Kev, this is like deja vu, is it?
It is, isn't it?
Is it nice to see my mug on the other side of a microphone?
Got any other questions?
And we're supposed to be professional here, we're not allowed to make jokes like the good old days.
Well, this should be a cracking match. Ross Fernie, one of the new professional, up and coming, great talent, against Clint, who is the pro number one. He ended last season as a pro number one. Obviously, Mr. Farnsworth has provisionally overtaken him, but Clint, one of the best players on tour without a doubt. Came so close to winning a world title a couple of years back at the Lakeside.
Well, I don't know whether to say he's lucky that got the knuckle, but he cued that so hard it was never going to be the correct angle for the yellow into the right centre. What kind of player is he, Kev? Is he all out bashing? Good going for things?
I think he's got a very good all-round game. I played him. Where did I play him? I think I played him at Bradford, and as it happened, I beat him. But it was just one of those games for him. Don't judge him by that, for God's sake. But,
he must have been really unlucky.
It was just one of them. He got nothing, and I played okay, and took my chances. But he's definitely one to look out for. I think in the next couple of years. I always think it's really difficult for these young lads. First year as a professional, there's a lot of expectation, and it's hard to get used to that thing. You've gone from being the hunter to the hunted, as it were. There's a different mentality around it, and it can take some people a little bit longer. get used to that than others. But he's definitely, him and Liam Dunster as well. They'll be looking, I think, next season to be kicking on and doing a little bit more damage later on in the events. But
do you think it's that consistency of winning that's just holding them back at the minute?
Well, I don't know. I think it's different for different people. I think he probably just needs to, go deep in a tournament and get that belief, because he's definitely got the talent. There's absolutely no doubt about that. He won the amateur event in Glasgow. Was it 2 or 3 years ago? I think it was. I think it was 2 years ago, and I think he beat Scott Ross in the final. And you could tell then at that event that this kid's good. He's really good. So I think it's just a matter of time. Very, not somebody who makes a lot of mistakes. Just very attacking, but got a little bit of a B game as well, I think. So
that's why you like him.
Hey, I'd never win a match if it weren't for a B game. But yeah, I think this year he'll probably admit he's not probably done as well as what he would have expected. But it's only a matter of time, I'm telling you.
I was only you're doing yourself down as a player, Kev, but I think it was just thinking about this the other day, and I believe that you actually won the first ever IPA Pro event to be streamed. Look, I've got him looking now. I'll give you a clue. It was, bear in mind, the old pro events were played at clubs, and I was doing the stream along with 2 other lads, PP and Russell. Ringing any bells?
No.
It was at the 147 in Leicester. I'll never forget it because they smashed my window and stole my sat-nav. Lovely place.
Are you sure it was me? I don't think it was me.
I'm pretty sure it was you.
Well, I've never won a pro event.
It wasn't you. You were definitely there.
Have I got a twin double?
No, he's
double.
He's got air. I'll have to find that recording and look it back now.
The furthest I've got in a pro event is the semis.
You may have got to the semis. It may have been that one.
And that was the Bradford one that we did at the Bradford University.
Oh, on television.
Yep. Where I beat Mr. Waddingham in the semis, and then Mr. Hill beat me in the... I beat Waddingham in the quarters, and Mr. Hill beat me in the semis. That was in the days when I could compete a bit. But...
wasn't that long ago, was it?
It was 4 years ago now, 2012.
Is that really how long? Oh,
yeah.
God,
2012. That was our first year in charge.
Are you sure it was the first year?
Yeah. Yeah, we took... Well, the old regime ended at the end of 2011.
Yeah, we had one event where they hung around, so to speak.
Yeah. I think that's right. You've got me thinking now. Anyway, lots happened since then.
Just a touch.
I'll tell you what, this is a great attempt.
Just on the near knuckle.
Okay.
Odds come up there, Kev. 9-4 for Ross Fernie, 4-11. So the Coral clearly see Clint as quite a clear favourite.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Like I say, Ross hasn't probably done as well this year. It's probably what he would have hoped, but Clint's probably not had that year either. He'd be looking for a victory this weekend. He's been thereabouts a few times, but it's been hard to get past Mr. Farnsworth recently.
So Kev, looking at some of the odds that have gone round this weekend for some players, you know, the likes of, I think you could get Raybone at something like the 33-1 or something. There was some, should we say, there was some eye-opening opportunities.
Yeah.
Your responsibility or your relationship with Coral is very different to, you know, you've got an element of responsibility there to ensure that, you know, they're offering correct prices and true reflections. Do you have any conversations with them when?
No. It's quite clear that's their business. We don't really want to interfere with that, just as we wouldn't want them to interfere in us running the event. It's about working together at the end of the day, and you know, we're there if they need anything from us, any help and advice. But they've got a strategy around some of the pricing, as I understand it, and you know, that's their business. They're the best people to make those decisions.
So you do. That's quite clear then, that you do feel that they are the best people to make those decisions. So they've got. When you say they've got a strategy, are they adequately informed? Do you think?
Yes, I think they're. I think there's an element of learning in all of this for Corals as well. But they're happy the way things are going. They know they're going to win some and lose some on certain things. I guess that's the nature of their business. Yeah, there's always, I think they're quite happy to offer some extra value for in certain situations at this point in time.
That's great. That's a nice insight, that is, Kev. Thanks. Good break from Ross and a good chance for him to bring himself back level in the match in this early stage. These yellows are practically gone, are they?
Well, yeah. I mean, if he was in the club, these are going in all day long. But as we've seen, event after event, you know, pressure, playing on this stream table that's a little bit faster than the others, and probably in front of old Dave's kit that he's got here. There's lights everywhere. It's like, you know, like being on X Factor. You know, pressure can do weird things. And you can see there, it's just not 100% perfect. And he's missed it.
Yeah, he took the spectators out behind the thing with his cue.
And I think that's probably just summed up Ross's season.
Close but no cigar.
Yeah, all the talent, but just needs to just make sure he keeps that focus, because that's a shot he should have potted.
That's one of the big differences between the frequent winners and the nearly men, isn't it?
Yeah. That
focus, that concentration, the ability to give every finish, no matter how easy it appears, the respect that it deserves. Because as easy as this game can be, sometimes it can be bewilderingly difficult in others.
And I'm just thinking back to the Glasgow event and the final between Mark Farnsworth and Scott Gillespie, and what a match that was. That's one of the best finals you will ever watch. And you know, throughout that match, Mr. Farnsworth was completely focused, and you know, ended up getting. I think that was the difference between the two players in the end. Just that 100% focus as against 99%.
Yeah, I think Gold Goobsy. It'd be nice to see him back on the playing green surface here. I think Scott's a top lad as well as a great player. I don't want to tell you that I've only played him once. I know you mentioned your victory.
Tell us the result then, Dan. Go on, tell us.
It was in Jersey. It was, I think it was a Friday Flyer final, in the final. And I managed to win, I think it was 5-4 or 5-3. But I have to be honest, and I had significant coaching assistance from the legend that is the Flying Scotsman, Mr. Ross McInnes, who's a good giggle from time to time, that he helped me with shot selection. I'm not sure that's his greatest asset, but there we go. Yes, I managed to win that.
Very well done. Very well done, Daniel. How many centuries ago was that then?
That was Jersey. That was only 6 years ago, I think. 6 or 7. I don't know.
We've got electricity now.
Safe to say that I wouldn't back myself in real life against him. A top lad and a guy I always enjoy catching back up with when we get the chance.
I think you're right though. Scott Gillespie is one of the great players, and it'd be great to see him back. You know, mixing it with the big boys again, because that's really where he should be.
I never expected Ross to overcut that, did you?
No, it's just it's in the balance, this frame, isn't it?
I think if it was up to me, I'd just be taking this red off the cushion and running the white up the table. Yeah, no harm there.
Well,
he's just that double kiss might have done him a bit of a disservice.
If there's a gap, he's definitely going pot and skill shot.
With that red on that far knuckle, Kev, it's a bit more difficult, isn't it, the skill shot? But do you have any kind of techniques that you can share with us about helping the skill shots going? Because they're not an easy skill to learn, are they?
I'm probably the worst person to ask about skill shots.
He says to me, make sure you get a professional in the box with you so that you can, get some tips and advice. And then he turned up. I was struggling.
I know. We were scraping the barrel. Well, I mean, the first thing he's got to pot this, and he wants to land dead straight on the plant. That's his first. I don't know if he can pot that.
If we just have a look at camera 3, I think you see how difficult the skill shot is with the position of the red in the pocket.
Yeah, but it's still possible. He'll obviously just need to hit the left-hand sort of centre as we look on that camera angle on that red for them both to go in. But
Ross is just about to take his shot here, so we'll be able to find out now whether he can get through the gap, and he has.
Oh, if that stops, that's...
Oh, is it just enough, Kev? Is it just enough?
He's got a chance. It's not easy, but he's got a chance.
It's going to put a bit of unwanted side. He's going to have to... It's going to stun a little bit, isn't it, this ball now, with the angle he's playing it at?
Yeah.
Harder to get the desired angle into the red, but he's given himself a chance, and I think that's all he can ask for.
Yeah. It's not easy. If that had stopped about a centimetre shorter, it would have improved his chances by about 50%, I think, on this shot. This is not easy.
Hold your breath.
Oh, just the double kiss stopped it going in.
And that was always the risk, wasn't it, with it being on that far knuckle?
Yeah, he needed that red to go in clean.
No, your line there was good spot, Dan. Interesting this is, Kevin. The Clint, this frame, Clint just seems a little bit tentative. He's gone on the back foot in the frame and he's trying to develop balls that perhaps he doesn't necessarily need to, for me. Here he's going to just try and kiss this out. Doesn't want to go too far though. Played it very well.
But this is what playing on the stream table can do to people. It can just detract you from your focus sometimes, and you're thinking other stuff rather than what you're meant to be. It's been on the stream enough times, though. He should be used to it by now. He would have probably preferred that one to follow it in, but he's got a big margin of error when he plays the one over the pocket next after this one. Top left after this.
These balls are always quite difficult to get position off, aren't they? When they're so close to the bag. But when you've got that ball over the right centre as you have, you can just play it a lot easier, can't you? And it seems a lot easier, the game.
Played that well. Just wanted to be anything close to straight, just to grab this in. And this is 2-0.
Well done, Clint.
2-0.
2-0, and I think Clint's got the break as well, so...
Yeah, it's got a brake cue. He's using a brake cue. Not sure if it's a sponsored one or...
I don't want to... like I was just speaking to Jason Owen before. Yeah, he added me on Facebook, and I see so many people using his cues, and it's great to see that he's sponsoring. He's obviously put himself for advertising on the IPA, and I seem to remember him saying that Clint has a Jason Owen brake cue, and they went down a treat, did they, Kev, at the World Championships? Good competition there for somebody to win. Do we know who won that?
Oh yes, it was a guy in Preston area. I can't remember his name now, but he picked the correct shot and was drawn out of the hat. We'll be doing that again.
This is a question for you. Have any of your shots ever made it onto a compilation of good shots?
Well, interestingly, no. Because I'm never on the stream, and you need to be on the stream to get a shot. And the only time I was on the stream last year, I got bashed up by Simon Ward about 8-0 or 8-1 or something. So I didn't really have a shot to be considered.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's honesty for you from Kev. When he says about picking games to go on the stream, whatever they do, don't pick my game.
That's why I lose early. So not just to take the predicament out, not make it people not put them in a difficult position to say, look, Kev, you're not on the stream this time. So I find it easy to lose early, and then it just saves all that heartache, really.
If ever you get to the final, we'll have to schedule a different match.
There's no danger of that happening. See, again, Ross is going about his business, but he's not making it easy for himself.
No, this is an awkward angle. He can just about avoid the kiss, but these whites going in such a wrong direction. If he can land somewhere between the black spot and the yellow ball there, he'd give himself a chance, but he's got to really dig down for this. You see, he's got a nice kiss there.
Oh, well, has he?
Well, it could have been worse, let's put it that way.
He just seems to be getting down and hitting balls at the moment.
Just potting.
Yeah.
Kev, if he leaves this just near the yellow, just kisses the yellow that's closest to the red, he's going to pot. He could snick that red back into the bottom right pocket. It's a difficult shot, but it's a...
How thin is that?
It's, as they say, I'm going to use this phrase for the second time today, thinner than a sparrow's eyelash. That's from the...
Yeah, I just tend to say it's thin.
That was from the late great Sid Waddell, that was, Mr. Barton.
You see, I would never have thought that red went into that corner bag on that camera angle.
No.
So that's worked out okay.
The camera can play tricks sometimes.
So I think he should be looking to pump this round of 2 cushions.
Topping 3 with a bit of right hand side, Kev.
Yep. Yeah, I think he's got to...
The braver you can be to get on the line that you want for the red, the easier it is to get on the black, isn't it?
Yeah, he's just got to stroke it in. Looks like he's playing that shot. Just stunned it a little bit too much.
I think he's had a slightly heavy contact.
He's okay though. I think he can screw back off the yellow. It'll probably hit the other yellow and pop out for the black into this bottom right hand corner. Looking
at the potting angle, it's quite thick. That white's going to be travelling back into the other yellow, isn't it? So he's got to really cue this well.
Yeah, I think he's going to hit 2 yellows.
Yeah.
And
can I predict now? I think he's going to end up behind the second yellow.
Right then, here we go. He's got to get this. Needs this. Oh, he's cued right across that one. Just not settled into this match.
No.
He's a better player than this.
You see, he didn't have the angle there, Kevin. He knew it, and he's just... that's why he's cued across it, trying to get more out of it than perhaps was possible.
He's just gifting Clint opportunity after opportunity in each frame. Too good a player is Clint for him to keep giving him these easy visits.
Take the opportunity now, Kev, to get down the table.
I think he'll take the one into the centre next.
Just, for me, it's not a good positional shot. This is going to be delicate.
He needs to slow down or speed up. He's judged it well.
Oh, yeah, I don't think you'd have ideally wanted to be playing this yellow to get position on the yellow to the bottom left. Just because it's doing a bit more work with the cue ball on what isn't a gimme pot. These pockets have played tight all day, Kev. So electing to leave himself not a long yellow, but mid-length yellow. Played plain ball wide to end up somewhere in between two of those chalk marks. Putting a bit of screw on, so it's going to be nearer the nearest chalk mark. Yeah,
he could. I think he hit the cushion first there.
I just think Kevin. I know I called it as being awkward, but if he wasn't having to play position to get on this yellow down here, there's no way would he have missed that. So both players just a little bit edgy in the early stages, the early exchanges here.
What do Corals think, Dave? Have we got anything up from Corals?
Oh, that wasn't even close.
Have you had a little flutter this weekend, Daniel? Do you gamble? Is your money too precious for you to... Oh, he's played that well. That is a great shot.
Brilliant cueing that was, with that ball.
That is not an easy shot to play.
Have I had a flutter? No, Kev. It would be incorrect of me to have a gamble when I'm sat so close to the players and they can just shout. I haven't, and I generally don't gamble, but I have got a Coral account, believe it or not, and on the odd occasion I have had a bet. I actually am significantly up, and then this is not good for Coral.
That's not good.
No, sorry. If I've affected any deals in any way, I do apologise. I managed to get...
Oof, did it hit the queue? Did it come back into his queue?
I don't think so. It's jumped up in the air, didn't it?
Wow. Bit of frustration there from Ross.
Still dry. Managed to get Mr. Hibbert at 16s in the World Championships. Kerching.
Yeah. That was a great final, that. Him and Marshy. Great final.
I mean, what a performance to after having played the doubles as well. And was he in the seniors just previous as well?
He was in the seniors semi. He got beat by Mr. Twist in the semis for the seniors.
Twisty ended up winning it.
Yeah. Beat Jeremy Hooper in the final. It was a good final as well. It was the doubles final was great as well. They were all great finals. The women's final was great.
Deb.
Yeah.
Birchall winning that. What do you think, Kev? The ladies have brought something very different to the tour this year. It's been nice to see, hasn't it?
Yep.
They're a great addition because they've got such good attitudes.
Yeah, they know they're up against it, and they don't have massive expectations, but they love the atmosphere. They love they love the events, and they love the competition. So yeah, you're right. It's great to see.
I think they love the opportunity as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's got to pull up. It's got to pull up.
Careless. Should be okay, but.
I can just see there, nice shot from camera 3 how the ball will comfortably pass the yellow, but...
Have we got a cameraman on camera 3? Is there a cameraman there?
Well, not yet, but there might be later.
I saw you pushing Dave out of his chair the other day. What was that? The other when you got here, were you like a kid in the sweet shop?
Well, Dave was, I'll be honest with you, Dave was, I couldn't believe I had to tear him off his chair. He must have glued him to it. He was crying to me, saying 16-hour days. He looked at me with these puppy dog eyes and said,
"Yeah, that was a short day, that one."
Can you help me, please? And I said, "Well, go on then." No, what a ache. I mean, I was referring back to the first stream that we did on the IPA, and I was going to go to this bit, but what a fabulous... I mean, it's not the first time I've seen it, but what an incredible service that the IPA provides, via Dave there on this streaming. It's such an enormous credit, that it's free to wear, and we can, it's obviously helped no end in pushing the cause of the IPA.
Yeah, I mean, part of our philosophy is to it's all about the quality of the end product, and this is a major part of that, and that's why it's been a no-brainer to continue with the investment that we make in the stream. I mean, I find it a bit disrespectful to call it a stream, to be honest, today, because it really is just basically just watching TV.
It is, isn't it? It's exactly the same. I've got to be honest, it's higher quality than my TVs.
And the setup here, I mean, with all these lights and all the stuff that you can't see at home, it's basically just like playing in a TV studio. Those lights, they all say don't look at the lights. It's hard not to look at them things when they're pointing at you. Huge, like floodlights, 4 big floodlights.
They're called soft boxes. They're lovely, aren't they? Well, yeah. I think that's the official term. That's what I would call them. But they are fill lights. They're very, very powerful, but they don't give you the glare. They don't damage your eyes. Perfect.
Yeah. So another frame on the board for Clint. Match is running away from Ross unless he starts to take his opportunities. But yeah, the streaming is, part of. It's part of it's part of the product that we're trying to create, and create a quality product, because I view quality will always shine through.
Is that value there, Kev Sevens for Ross at 4-0 down? Not an impossible task, is it? He's only got to win 2 on the bounce, and he's right back in it.
It's about right. Yeah, it's about right. Yeah, but it's definitely worth a pound, isn't it?
Right, you're really pushing the boat out.
I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to bet. So.
It's that frugal, frugal generosity that's got us where we are today.
I might bet £2 next year. Things are changing. It's sort of frustrating to see as a fan of pool, Ross struggling, because he is a great talent. The people that are watching it will probably know him from the club in Dalkeith where he plays. He's a blooming good player, and it's frustrating because he's far better than this. Far better. But as we know in these rules, the momentum can soon change. If he can get a frame on the board, if he can somehow manage to win a frame and start to get his confidence, 4-0 can soon be 4-all.
We were watching the pro. Ooh.
And here we go. So he's got a chance now. He's got to take this chance.
There you can see very important frame here now for Ross. You almost got a glimpse, though, there you can see it very clearly. Corner pocket, Dalkeith, where he spends his time practicing. 0131, is that Glasgow, or is that, well, it's obviously Dalkeith, but I mean area-wise. It's got to be one of the best questions I've ever asked.
It's funny you say that. I think it's the code for Leeds.
I thought it was Leeds as well, but it's Edinburgh as well, apparently.
Right. Did Dave know that?
Dave told me, yeah.
God, he knows some stuff, doesn't he? Must have a lot of friends in Edinburgh. No, it's just not happening for him.
He was moving on that. He was getting up before he hit it, Kevin. Not comfortable just yet. Do you think reds were the choice there, Kev? I mean, he could have gone yellows, couldn't he?
Well, I personally thought yellows, but
at the end of the day, if he doesn't get that plant down the rail, then he's got the bag, hasn't he? So
yeah, and you fancy getting that, to be honest.
Not what he played, but he's okay. Might even be not a bad choice here, just to nick across into the little gap between the two yellows, pop them on into the top right corner, and then he's got a big plant down here if he fancies that. Looks like he's got the angle.
I think he's going to try and
develop it again, do you think?
The yellow.
He's done it, but
I think that's worse.
Yeah, I just don't think he had a chance there to do as I'd said, and quite a margin for error, didn't he?
Yeah, I thought he maybe had the angle to screw behind the plant and play the plant, but I think he's trying to just get himself going into this match and play the aggressive shots. I think he's just trying to get himself going a little bit. He's not quite fired enough cylinders just yet, even though he's 4-0 up. He has made a couple of mistakes. I think he's just trying to hit the balls a little, give himself the opportunity to hit the balls a little bit harder to build that confidence up.
Loosen his arm up a bit as well.
Yeah, just get himself going.
I was just about to say before with that's not worked out. That's going to be awkward now. In the last match we had, last 32 of the pro event with Christian Phillips and Ben Davis, Philly was 6-0 up, and Ben ran 2 frames off in the space of, it can't have been more than a minute and a half, 2 minutes at the most. They were the fastest finish I've ever seen. And he I don't want to say he tweaked, but he missed a relatively long yellow. It's a good shot from Clint, that is. He's fine here. He's a bit disappointed he's just queuing over the cushion, but he's okay. Just focus and stun into that red and you're fine.
Yeah, but these are not easy. These are not easy shots.
Kev, do you play this with a little bit of screw and soft so that it holds the bag if you don't get it, or do you stun it in and cue it confidently?
Depends how you're feeling. If he's feeling, I think if when you're playing ultra confident, you just stroke these in. It's just. But if you're struggling a bit, sometimes you just hit him a bit hard. He just wants to stroke it. Oh, it's not. Oh, it's gone in.
It's gone in. Sorry. You were still at the table, it's your visit. It's fine. It's correct. And he thought it had stopped.
I think it has does it have a time limit? Isn't that about
10 seconds or something like that? Yeah.
There's nowhere near 10 seconds.
Well, we were discussing this earlier on. There was a situation where a few years ago, 2 players that are no longer on the tour, Adam Davis and Gareth Potts, and a ball was played down a cushion. It rattled and stayed over there. And the rule then was that if it's your visit and you're still at the table and it drops, you carry on. If you're not at the table, then it's loss of turn. Well, as Gaz turned to walk away and Adam got to the table, the ball dropped.
Yeah, I remember that.
And we had to have Mel Harley looking at the replays for about 15 minutes.
Was that the NEC? I think that was NEC. Birmingham.
It might have been.
Second tour.
Could well have been, yeah.
2000 and...
I think it was the first or second
12.
season, yeah.
Well, it was first season if it was NEC.
I think it was first season.
On the DPTs.
Yeah, it was them wonderful things. Did D stand for disastrous? Now that's. I'm going to be perfectly fair now, and I'm going to say that actually, you know what? Without the involvement of that company, we wouldn't be where we are. You know what I'm saying? They did a job for us, didn't they, when we needed it?
They did, and to be fair to the table was actually not a bad table. I actually agreed with the principle
yeah.
of their table design, which was slightly tighter corner bags, and a little bit more generous on the centres. Where am I going with this? On a Supreme, you can sometimes balls can sometimes go in that maybe sometimes shouldn't.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think with the DPT, if you play it down the rail and it just comes off a couple of millimeters, it ain't going in. And so the centres needed, they were just a little bit too generous, the centres, to be fair. But, the tables weren't that bad.
Yeah, it was a work in progress, wasn't it, at the end of the day?
Yeah, the problem that people were finding was that there was nowhere to practice on them, because, pretty much all clubs these days have got Supremes in. So it wasn't so much the table, it was more other things. They looked a little bit cheap, to be fair, as well, but...
the colour scheme was nice.
All you do is wrap it, like we've got the corals, and then it's not an issue.
I think any table would look absolutely brilliant in that, Kev. They've done a fabulous job in preparing that table, haven't they?
Yeah, it took Alan about 6 hours to do that. He's very, very meticulous. So if any of you are out there thinking of having something similar done, he's your man. He'll do a great job.
Is that 8-ball direct, Kev?
Yeah. Yeah, Alan Yates. Great job. The precision. The finish is absolutely faultless. The wrap, I think, comes from it's German materials, I think. So it's great. It's great stuff. It's quite thick, so it should be fairly durable. Obviously, it's a little unknown. We don't know how the top's going to play with a weekend of pool on it, but so far it's holding up well. So you never know if rings and things on watch straps on people's hands and wrists might mark or scratch it, but we'll see. It seems pretty durable at the moment.
Do they not make bright blue tables like that? As in, is there not like a colour option?
No.
Do you mean not yet?
No.
If they want to buy the copyright.
It's a good shot.
Yeah, well done.
Nice angle to just float this in the top corner and bring that white across to the right hand side of the table.
Ross just looking a little flush. I think the frustration at his own current performance is probably getting to him. He's got to cue this one now. He's got 3 balls that he's got to hit pretty well here, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think it's all down to this shot. If he can get this one right, then he's got a good chance. But it's not an easy shot.
Float it in a little bit of left-hand side.
You won't need much. That's a good shot again.
He's got to land straight on it. No, he's just come the wrong side, Kev. Do you think?
Where's that red going?
I think it goes past into the middle pocket, but he's got some work to do to get on that. I was thinking he'd go into the other middle, but he's such a difficult. Now he's in trouble. It's going to have to be the double.
Again, it's just not quite worked for him.
I think he was unfortunate there. I mean, it was difficult to judge, wasn't it?
Oh, he's just got down
And whacked it.
and whacked it. You can see he's so frustrated at his performance.
He's a young lad, Kev, obviously, but how old is he, do you know?
I've no idea.
It's just a little bit of...
I'd say early 20s, I guess.
Yeah, just a little bit of... perhaps... I mean, he's got his own expectations of performance, but you've got to deliver to give him. You can't just assume you're going to play well. Does he not have an IPA tour profile on the page?
I'm just in the process of updating them.
That's a no.
We've got some are on there. Oh, where's that white guy?
He's going very awkward.
Wow.
He can play the double relatively risk-free. Well, I say risk-free. He might leave a shot, but he's going to leave distance. And if he doesn't get the double and plays it at the right weight, then over the corner bag, then he should cover the pocket. And that's what he's played. And it goes. It definitely goes. Cushion first. He wants to catch the cushion somewhere between the ball line and the pocket. The closer to the pocket he can get, the better. You definitely do want to hit the cushion though. Perfect.
That's better.
So his first frame comes on the board in the sixth frame. And there'll be a big relief about that. Let's go on, Kev.
He's 26.
26.
No, he's 25. And he's 26 this month.
So,
according to his Facebook profile.
Quite a young face, or is that just because my eyes are old?
He's had easy life, hasn't he?
Yeah, he didn't have a paper round like me, that's for sure. They don't need paper rounds anymore, Kev, it's all on Facebook. Few big huffs and puffs from Clint. I mean, these reds look relatively generous. I mean, I think he's doing the right thing though. He's planning his way around the table. Just a bit tight, I think, is Clint's arm, even still at 5-1 up. It is 5-1, we're just re-establishing that connection now to update that score. Well done Clinton there, it's come up now, 5-1. This now, Clint wants to bring this white back somewhere in between where the, it might sound obvious, but centrally between where the white and the red is about to pot into the right centre, that's where he's looking there. Right in the middle of the two balls. So a screw of about 6 inches. As long as he's closer, closer to the baulk line, then he can control that. Now that looks just about alright, I think. He's got to bring the white down now. Doesn't want to be betwixt in between here. He wants to be either short or long, and a kick has done him damage. That was definitely a bad contact. And now he's got some work to do to get on this black. I think he might just roll it in and take it into the top pocket. Ooh, he had the angle.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Just had the angle. Ross has just decided to have a toilet break. Back on with the game and Ross broken off. Looks like he's electing to play reds. Good cueing that was. Again, he's just left himself a bit awkward. Natural angle when he puts this red to the middle, he's just going to flick the black and go through a little bit, so controlling that distance. And he's tried to play a plant. Has he got it? I think he has. But again, there's no, this is going to be just a slice back into the right pocket, and again he's careering into reds without the control that he would normally want to have over a shot. Well, he's on the red, and I think the other red might go. Jack up and screw back. And there he is. Off this cushion, touch a right hand side. Oh, he could get it just with a bit of screw, thick enough. And this black going into the bottom corner will bring him to 6-2. And whilst he may feel it's a lost cause, and a couple more frames like this, and Clint has no doubt play will be affected. Clint will definitely be hoping for a good chance after this break to take the match. And the players aren't very good at updating their screen scores. I think you need to put out an email, Kev. Tell them who's boss. Good strike from Clint, but a dry break. And I'm going to suggest that yellows are the order of day for Ross. If he takes them off with the same nonchalance that he took off the last finish and does it successfully, then his arm's going to be as relaxed as it can be. And he starts to think, maybe, just maybe. Well, he's going reds, but I don't know how confident I am that this was the right choice, but perhaps if he can just leave himself an angle on the red to the bottom right pocket and just cannon into the black and release it, then maybe he can take out this finish. But I must say that I thought yellows were the order of the day. Just unlucky there. He had much more angle than I saw on that ball. He's unlucky that black has gone a bit further, but playing it at such pace, it's alright to say you're unlucky, but it's hard to control. So now if he's got the angle, perhaps he can top through and move that yellow a little bit. If we just have a look on camera 3, we'll be able to see what kind of angle we've got. Kevin looks like he's going to get into the black there, doesn't he?
Well, no, I think he can.
You think he can just catch the yellow?
Pocket. I think he can, yeah.
And that'll leave him then onto the red to the right centre. So there's light at the end of this meandering tunnel.
We've seen bigger comebacks on the stream before, I can tell you that. In fact, it was a match that Clint was involved in against Jack Wheeler at Newport. Infamous Shirtgate incident.
Go on, you're going to have to go over that with me.
Well, I think Jack was cruising. It was, I don't know if it was 6-0 or... Yeah, that's okay, I think. 6-1, well ahead. And it was noticed that he had the wrong shirt on. He didn't have a shirt on, and the referee made him change his shirt, and he didn't win another frame. Clint beat him.
Well, with we have rules for a reason, Kevin. It's better that they're enforced when possible.
Absolutely, and unfortunately, the downside to all the corals developments is that there will be more rules coming in place, but that's just the way it's going. And as I sort of say, you're either in or you're out. It's like Brexit, isn't it?
Ooh. I'm not going there with politics.
He's still running on a bit more.
That's okay.
Is he okay there?
Yeah, he's fine.
He's getting down straight away.
Yeah, he's quite straight.
That was perfect.
It's whether this black is a bit tight going past this yellow.
Yeah, he's not messing.
He
He used all of it, didn't he? All of a sudden it's 6-3. It was 5-0, now it's 6-3. Now Clint's turn to go to for a comfort break.
Comfort. Hey. Tell you what, if he wins any more frames, it'll be an uncomfort break.
Just going to see if we can catch up with the latest scores in the Open, see what's happening there.
Go on.
So, the quarter-final lineup is Jimmy Croxton, Harry Irwin, Craig Marsh, Jimmy Carney, Jason Twist, John McAllister, and the winner of this match plays either Luke Vokes or Miles Toulouse.
I tell you, Kev, even when you look at the list of names that are here this weekend, it's great to see some, relative new names coming through, and it just demonstrates the strength in depth that you've got on the tour now. How many players are here this weekend?
I think it's just under 200.
That's just fabulous, isn't it? And it's just so good to see when we're talking about, attendees to pool tournaments and things being tight, and it has been in the past quite a lot of money for people to attend these events. So for these boys now getting through to these, getting through to the latter stages of these tournaments, and certainly when you're looking at what they could have, and they will have in the coming years, it's a real credit to the players themselves that they're obviously aspiring to that top level, and playing some fantastic pool, and the names mean less and the results mean more.
Yeah, we saw, Mark Farnsworth did the double at Glasgow. He got beat in the first round. Gareth Ibbott, world champ, he went out in the last 32s to Scott Ross, who then lost to John McAllister. Everyone's just bashing each other up.
In a nice way. Okay. So I'm just looking at these names here now. So we've got Jimmy Croxton, Harry Irwin.
I think Jimmy's playing, but he's found a bit of form recently, is Jimmy?
I don't want to say anything, but I did say today, earlier in the stream, that I fancied Jimmy. I thought at 33, I think he was early on, I thought he was a great bet, certainly to place. Did he explain to me that you can have a place bet, which is if you arrive in the final? Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
He doesn't know. I think that's the case.
I'm not a big gambler. I don't really know that sort of stuff.
No, but that's, at 33 to 1, that's 15s, and I knew that he'd put a bit of practice in and some showing some good form, and I think he's happy in life in general at the minute, and he's really been afforded that freedom to play his pool. So yeah, it's nice to see James's relative easy performance to get through. Fitzsimmons, another brilliant player, 7-2 in the last 16. So
he beat Neil Rayborn, I think, in the 32s. I think
that was 7-5 or 7-3. I think he said.
That just shows, the last 32 match, Jimmy Croxton and Neil Rayborn.
That's preposterous, isn't it?
Cracker, isn't it? It's great. As fans of pool, it's great to see all these big matches. I wish we could have more stream tables and show more matches. Don't worry, not yet, Dave. Not yet.
Can we not clone Dave? Better still, can we not clone a free of charge, Dave? That's unfair.
But I think we're going to get one of those zip wires and get Dave to run down the zip wire in a safety jacket, of course.
No, if we had two tables within 15 feet of each other, can we not get him some go-go gadget arms?
And a segue.
And a segue, yeah.
So there's going to be just one amateur player in the quarterfinals, which is a great achievement.
I'm going to have to ask you: is that Miles or Luke?
I know Miles is in a little bit of form at the moment. I don't know Luke really. Obviously, I know him because he's here, but I'm not really.
As a player, you're not aware.
As a player, but he's obviously doing well, so he's obviously very, very capable. But one of those two is going to be in a quarter-final battle, which is...
Oh, so they're both amateurs, are they?
Yeah, so that's going to be great for the amateur game. And again, like you say, just showing the strength in depth. That
what an opportunity for them as well to play against the, last year's number one. I doubt they'll be on the stream table, being as though Clint's just played on it, but still, what an opportunity for them to pit themselves against genuinely the best that there is.
Big shot.
Oh, good shot.
Come out. Oh, he did just like.
Just awkward now, Kev, because if he plays this natural angle at the pace he's got to play it, he's losing the white. He's got to play this with left hand side to keep the white ball in the view of the... Oh, he's looking at a screw into the red. I don't fancy that.
I think dead weight, and he'd probably just be alright if he played it perfect, but...
There's a bit of safety in that left-hand side, Kev. Your percentage.
Yeah, I think left-hand side is playing bottom.
He's
playing left. He's playing left.
Oh, what
great
a shot.
Great shot.
That was high risk and high octane, but I suppose we prefer to see that than we see percentage bull. Great shot, Ross. Well done.
And I think we're starting to see now. Ross is won a frame, he's won 2 frames, and now he's got momentum. We're starting to see the real Ross Fernie.
Well, that's now 6-4, isn't it?
Yep.
I mean, I said, you win a couple, and all of a sudden, now Clint's arm, he's not enjoying taking his shots.
This frame is crucial to the match, I think. The longer he can keep Clint away from 7, and if he can win this against Clint's break, then the back on serve, as it were, and pretty much anyone's game. So that 7-1 that you were mentioning 15 minutes ago will be a nice little investment potentially. Big frame.
Ball potted, and yellows are going to be the choice, but it's
work to do.
It's work to do, exactly that. Perhaps a little plant here and develop the 2 yellows on the side, Kev. You can just flick off that red and it'll come over naturally and move the ball, but leaving a little bit to look where you end up and whether you're on a shot.
I've just noticed Dave's other half is walked into the room. Hide that chocolate, Dave. Get the beans and nuts out.
They go eat bars. High in fibre.
He's played that well. Whatever you do, Dan, and just keep this between me and you. Don't tell Jane that he had a burger earlier.
He never did.
Just don't mention it. Just between me and you.
Kev, this has been recorded as well. Oh, I can't imagine that Dave's lovely lady Jane, you say, cake.
What a cake.
Oh, that was massive.
But the burger was sponsored by Corals, so it was alright. It's all for the cause.
Well, look, it was a low-fat coral burger. Talking of coral, not wanting to get you at all jealous, Kev, but I've booked my honeymoon.
You got married about 3 weeks ago.
And well, we booked it before, but we're getting married. We're going on honeymoon in February because
I thought you were going to Malta.
We went to Malta for a week to my boss's flat, which was brilliant. I'm very grateful for it, but it was just a little break. Really, it wasn't our official honeymoon. Yeah,
I think I've got the videos of you with your first dance.
Oh, what a terrible first dance!
Oh, it was cringy. It was cringe city.
5 minutes of hell that was.
I could see the pain that you were going through.
And then people don't know I also play in a band, and so as a welcoming and socially brilliant groom, I spent the whole night behind the kit playing the drums. Brilliant. I was never happier.
I have to say, Dan, you were very impressive. Your band were great. Really enjoyed it.
Oh, that's very good of you, Kevin.
I'm not just saying that. I genuinely mean that. It was great.
We had a good night, didn't we?
Yep. Unfortunately, we couldn't have too many drinky pools because we were flying out the next morning to sunnier climes.
Yeah,
which seems a long time ago now, but tan's fading drastically.
Still dead brown on your head. Looks like if I knocked you on the head, I'd get 4 points. It used to be a foul.
I was hoping it'd be a 7. But
I bet at one point it was 6.
Yeah. Most of the year it's 6. But yeah, no, it was great. Really enjoyed it. I didn't...
I was asking a lot there.
Yeah.
I suppose you have to cue it like that when there's that much distance between the ball you're wanting to pot and the following ball. You've got to cue it like that, but you've just got to hit it so perfectly when you're hitting like that, because any stun that is to a side just kills all the momentum that the second ball's got, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can be off target by just a millimetre, and it just makes you look stupid.
Yeah.
But still, this isn't. There's no gimmies.
Just touch my phone, see if it's coming on yet.
I told you that charger's not working. There's nothing. It's dead.
Yeah. Oh yes, life. You're on 48%, Kev. You've got loads. That had 29% this morning.
Is that in life or just on the iPad?
I don't want to upset you, but you passed 48%. Not to be morbid. That's your cable, by the way.
Passed. It's not mine, that.
It is. I nicked it from in the on the top table.
It might be Sean's. It didn't work anyway. What's been in?
Clint's just gone a little bit at yellow must. He's praying that it goes past the black into the... we can just see on the 3. The 3, it's just tight, that is, Kev. Oof.
That goes easy, I think, looking at that.
When Clint rolls this in. No, he didn't fancy it when he's played that well, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Kev, is there anything you can do that helps with these bad contacts?
No. Any more questions?
A good victory from Clint there. He played well. And
hold on, they should be playing... oh, it's the Open that. I thought it was the professional. Of course, yeah.
Ross is an amateur, isn't he?
No, both pros. I thought they were playing a pro match. Is it open now?
Yeah, it's an open match, I think.
Right, okay, yeah. Oh, because Clint plays the winner of the 2 amateurs, doesn't he?
We looked on the results.
Yeah.
He is concentrating, ladies and gentlemen, but just not very well.
I'm just worried about all these questions you're going to ask me.
Can I get you to accept the laws of physics to change, by cleaning the cue balls differently? Brilliant.
Well, yeah, I mean, we see it happening in snooker all the time, don't we? I think it's just, for me, it's just part of the game. Just it happens. You just hope it happens not at critical points, and I'm sure there's ways to counteract it, but without having every ball cleaned after every shot, it's always going to happen, and it just spoils the momentum of the game. So yeah, just